Okay, welcome to JCE Connect. Uh, um, Welcome to the Water Supply and Treatment Engineering course. That is 18 CV 46. This is your first class of this course. Uh, of course, this is a very important subject as the social importance is considered as for our today's life. Um, so it has its two very components that we have to study. The first one uh, that is uh, related to the first component is this subject will study the water water supply. This is a first component, and the second component is water water treatment. So uh, when you say your water supply design is perfect, that all the things you have to discuss in this um, water supply component. So normally the module fifth is concerned about the water supply component, and fourth half fourth half is also concerned about the water supply. The remaining part is the water treatment. That is three end of module. So when you say your water supply distribution or the design is perfect, so I can say if only the user should get sufficient pressure. So sufficient pressure means how much? So as for the cpho norms 7 meter has to be maintained for the first storage building. So then only I can say my water supply distribution is perfect. So then after completing this course, I should be able to design water supply distribution network in a proper manner. So means at the consumer end, I should be able to provide 7 meter of pressure. So that is my main objective of this second half of this subject. Second one, that is water treatment. When I say it is when it say it is a water treatment, always we have to concentrate on the except quality aspects. So then when I have to say the quality of the water is good, see, by seeing, I cannot say it is a perfect one or the quality is good. It has to satisfy some of the norms. Just like you have the Central Public Health Environmental Engineering Organization, CPHEO stands for Central Public Health Environmental Engineering Organizations. These people will provide some of the codes related to the design aspects of the treatment as well as the supply. So when I say it is a quality aspects regarding this, the first part of that is water treatment process. So it has to satisfy the IS code. That is IS 10500 2012 2012 code. It has to satisfy. It has to satisfy. So then only I can say it is perfect. So as for this, what this IS 10500 2012 code? This is drinking water quality standards. Drinking water quality quality standards, that all it has to be satisfied. For example, you might have studied one simple component, that is pH. pH is one component in this code. So as for this norms, 6.5 to 8.5, I have to maintain it. I have to maintain it. So if this is the standard for the pH parameter according to this code. Suppose if it is below 6, if it is about to 6.00, if the pH is 6.00, then I should not be able to drink it. Then again you have to using water treatment only you have to do it. For example, if you are considering the river water, assume that if you brought at the pH, if it is around 6, then I have to raise the pH up to 6.5. Then how I have to do it? Using our water treatment objectives only. So then there are two components we always have to concentrate. At the end of the subject, I should be able to design the water treatment plant, and I should be able to design the water supply network for the uh, um, any of the villages or the cities. So then, what are the major applications of this subject? So why I have to study this subject? What is its social importance? The first one we already discussed, that is, if you want to design the water supply for the villages, I should have the knowledge of water supply for the villages. I should be able to design it properly. So then nowadays you have one very important scheme has been uh, given by the Ministry of Jal Shakti, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Minister of Jal Shakti. Uh, that is the Jal Jeevan Mission, Jal Jeevan, Jal Jeevan Mission. So what this Jal Jeevan scheme is? So give a 24 by 7 water supply scheme for the villages. So if you learn this subject properly, you have the many job opportunities in this central government scheme. So nowadays, around overall India, in this scheme, more than 10,000 jobs has been offered, especially in Karnataka. Around more than 400 or 500 call forms has been done last year. So it has been the Jal Jeevan Mission. Normally, it is called as a JJM. It has been conducting our Karnataka government, that is Department of Rural Drinking Water and Sanitation Department, that is Rural RWS, Rural Drinking Water and Sanitation. This department is conducting this or carrying out these projects. So, when the very important news or the happy to inform to you is that our department is only uh, um, taking these projects for preparing the DPR for this JGM, means detailed project report for the JGM, and we already submitted for the uh, Chikkodi as well as Haveri districts. More than 150 villages, and the work order also has been issued, or also has been issued for this. So those your students are also working in this scheme. When if you are also, if you are interested, you are also welcome for this scheme. Uh, Anyhow, it is from your fourth semester, uh, so you have a better opportunities to study this subject in practical manner also, and they are helping us to even the RWS department is helping, and they are taking us to the sites for this study, and I'm the coordinator for that whole preparation of the DPR from our college. So if you are interested, you are also welcome to. This is a first social applications for the well, this subject. Second one, that is the uh, that is uh, water treatment. And suppose if you are designing any water treatment plant facilities, so there this subject is going to help. Then if you are establishing any testing laboratories, testing of water, so this subject is going to help. Then it is going to help in sanitation also. Means if you are, even it is going to help for wastewater treatment plants. If you are designing it, it is going to help. And suppose nowadays the government is installing for each villages the water treatment plant, small water treatment plants. So there definitely it is going to help. So you have the many opportunities in this Ministry of Jal Shakti, and you have the many opportunities in the CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, uh, and the SP, that is KSPCB, that is Karnataka State Pollution Control Board. So not only this, you have some even the job opportunities in the corporations, all corporations. So minimum, if you go to any corporation site, one environmental engineer is always, it will be, he will be there. So there definitely it is going to help. So not only this, even you have the job opportunities in the industries also. Each industries, each industry, as for the Supreme Court guidelines, uh, requires one environmental engineer, and compulsorily they have to take it. So there definitely it is going to help for your future, because different if you take any food processing industry, they require one water treatment plant has to be established, because they want to maintain the quality of the water for each of the processing units. So then uh, come to the what are the objectives of this course. Is the first one, they analyze the variations of water demand and the estimate of the, first one is water demand. Second one is to estimate the water requirement for the community. Water demand means how much water is required for per person per day. What is his consumptions? How much we have to provide it. So that is we are going to estimate in the first objectives. We have to achieve that objective. Second one, evaluate the source and the conveyance systems. That is the quality of the source means surface water. If you are supplying for the consumers, you should be able to provide it. Then third one, that is the drinking water quality standards, that I already explained. The drinking water quality standards, that is the IS 10,500 2012 code. So then the parameters in that code, I already said that around more than 24 parameters are available, or they have listed in the standards. All the parameters we have to study in the fourth objectives. That has to be achieved uh, for this subject. Then in the first module, we are going to discuss about the need for the protected water supply, why the protected water supply scheme is required. So that we are going to discuss. In the second point, we are going to discuss the types of water demands. So how that means how the peoples are required, what quantity of water is required. Then how much the industries are required, how much the institutional demand is required, how much the public use is required. That we are going to discuss in the first module, as well as the fire. Suppose if the fire is going to happen, or fire catches in the buildings, so how much water has to be kept as an extra rather than the domestic water demand, that we are going to discuss in the first module. So then the design period aspects also we are going to discuss in the first module. Design period in the sense how much means design period of the water supply scheme, design period of the water treatment plant means once you design it or once you accomplish it any of the water supply, how much years it has to be exist, that we are going to decide in the design period. Normally in a water supply scheme we are going to design it for the 30 years. Then population forecasting also we will discuss in the first module, and the second module we will discuss in the water treatment aspects. That is normal water treatment plant consists of the um, main component, that is the source. So it has to be lifted from the source surface water. Then intake structures, that is jack well. This is nothing but intake structure. Then you have the screening. Then you have sedimentation. Then you have filtration. Then you are going to discuss the disinfection. So the all components we are going to discuss in this water treatment plants. That is sources, the characteristics of surface and the subsurface, then sampling, how exactly the water should be collected, what is the methodology in collecting uh, the water from the sources, that we are going to discuss in the this module. Then the drinking water quality standards as for the BIS. BIS means that is IS 10,500 to turn 12 code we are going to discuss. Then intake structure. I already said the jack well itself is an intake structure. So then how exactly it has to be constructed? That all the things we have to discuss. So the remaining part we will discuss the third, fourth, and fifth module, and which are the books recommended, that we'll discuss in the next class.